Are you ready for the summer of a lifetime? WinShape Camps is an incredible place that will always hold part of my heart. They do this through their use of culture, competition, and care. To begin with, culture. The most prominent way in which this can be seen is their ranking system. Students receive different ranks based on merit. What does merit mean? Well, it can mean any number of things. That could be involvement in games, leadership, or it could be just being respectful and honorable towards other campers or staff members. This rank system creates a more fun and positive environment because the children and campers have more incentive to be respectful and positive towards one another. It's really a great idea. Additionally, there's lore. On the first day of camp, the leaders always come out and they read this little small book. They read it to all the campers that explains the backstory of the camp, all the magic and wardens and how we live in a wilderness. This is to help explain why everyone's divided into their age groups known as packs. Moving forward, there's competition everywhere. There's sports-related competition and there's non-sports-related competition. But on the sports front, they have all sorts of different games that we're very familiar with, that they offer tournaments in. They do basketball, tennis, football, soccer. They even just built pickleball courts there last year. But they also do stuff where they take these games that we know and they kind of combine them and create very unique WinShape games. Like they'll take a classic like Capture the Flag and Dodgeball, they'll combine them and create their own game called Out of the Slammer. This is really fun for campers because some people like to try new things. They can do all these fun games that they wouldn't have the opportunity elsewhere. But others like to do stuff that they're good at, that they know they're going to be good at. So the athletes will prefer to play their sports that they already love, like pickleball, Additionally, there's very non-sports related competition. The biggest way this can be seen is through what's known as Pride of the Pack. Pride of the Pack is where campers within packs and cabins compete against one another in many different ways. One of the most prominent ways you can earn points in this is through cabin cleanup. So the campers during the middle of the day every time will clean up their cabin, make their bed, sweep it and all that. And then the pack leader, the staff member that heads all the counselors in that pack, will go in to each cabin and grade them and give them scores and points based on how well they cleaned it. So WinShape does a great job of offering incentives to the campers for doing good things. It helps train them to be good, strong people. It's another scene of healthy competition. And then the most competitive part of camp is the Council of the Wilds. This is when every pack comes together with one song. They all have a different song that's a parody of a very popular musical tune. So it sings about the lyrics of camp or, all the different nooks and crannies of the campus, the Easter eggs, if you may. And this creates competition on every front. The athletes love it, the musicians are all in on it, and everyone wants to win. Moving on is the care, probably the most important part of camp to the parents and the campers. They have incredible counselors from across the world. Just a couple of years ago, my counselor's name was Josh Luth. He was an athlete, he was a firefighter, he's a missionary, and he was from Canada. WinShape took care of him and sent him to the United States to work here. They paid for his travel and his housing. They took very good care of him so that he could take good care of us, his campers. He was very fun and he was very inviting. He was a good mentor to us. But also, I went there for a decade and I can remember every single one of my counselors' names. They're so personable and they want to create a relationship with you. And then finally, safety. Safety is so important. I suffered many different nicks and bruises across my, 10 years there. Wasp stings, broken fingers, I broke my leg, but there's always a nurse right there to take care of me for medications or other kinds of treatment, just to be there, spend time with me, because I know that I'm missing out on other stuff, but they'll sit with me, they'll play board games or whatever. It's a lot of fun. They do a great job. And then another part about safety is that no campers are ever alone anywhere. A staff member is there at all times. They have a staff to camper ratio of about 3-to-1. That's very impressive. Well, today you got to hear about WinShape, my home away from home. You got to hear about how inviting it is for campers and parents because of the culture, the competition, and especially the care. WinShape is far too special to condense to 5 minutes, so maybe you'll just have to find out for yourself.